Alright everyone, what is up and welcome to DisFellaJMOsProductions. We're kind of doing a new thing here. Madden 17 just came out, as you see. We're in the menu here. I talked about doing this a little bit ever since I started my YouTube channel. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and kind of follow through with it. So we're going to go over the franchise. We're going to do franchises, of course, and we're going to do it on the cloud. I already have one going, but that's kind of just my own little thing. But I'm going to have one for my channel, definitely. As you see, I had it with the Rams. I'm in week 6 already. So as far as the rosters go, really just the most active recent roster, whatever. EA Sports does a pretty good job with that, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that roster. There is a little introduction, as you see right here. I just kind of skip it. And then as they import the roster, so I kind of asked you guys like what team you guys would want me to do, and kind of like the one that really won over. I won't spoil it just yet, but I think I'm going to do owner mode, just kind of have like total control over everything. I mean, money, stadium. I don't really honestly plan on relocating this season or next season for that matter, but having control over coaches, players, like the whole 9 yards. I like having total control. It is kind of hard,
select the team you
or complicated, so I'll try and explain that in case people don't understand. So as you see, my usual team is the Packers, but I'm not going to play with the Packers here because I'm kind of like looking to rebuild a team here and hopefully get them better, or get them good again. So with that being said, we're going to go over to the Cleveland Browns. And you might be saying the Cleveland Browns.
Your season with recommended settings.
And don't worry, I'm kind of saying the same thing.
Use the tiles on the
but we have Hugh Jackson as a coach. I'm going to go ahead and switch it to owner. And we're actually going to create our own owner thing. So with this, I mean, former player, you start out with a 500 legacy, and your roster happiness is good. You start out with 20 million funds, which I mean honestly isn't bad. I mean, really just the financial, your money happiness and your funds are there, but you don't have any legacy score and the players aren't a big fan of you. With a lifelong fan, you have fan happiness boost, of course, success happiness boost, but you start with 20 mil and then your popularity happiness is down. So I'm going to go ahead and choose former player here. And if you don't know who this is, then you kind of need to brush up on your stuff here. But I was kind of just thinking of someone, who is, a lot of Browns people might know. And if you don't know, I guess it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But it's going to be Sonny Weaver Jr. And if you don't know who that is, then I guess I'll just explain it. Sonny Weaver Jr., if you've seen the movie Draft Day, that's Kevin Costner's character. So I know he was a GM in that movie, but I'm going to go ahead and make him the owner technically. So just kind of have someone. And then starting point, we're going to do preseason. And then my league settings, I don't know if, all pro, looks like they have it all on here. Coach firing is on, salary cap is on, relocation, normal injuries on, pre-existing injury, squad ceiling. They actually did have practice squads on this game now, which is really cool. I think make it 13-minute quarters, and then other than that, I think that's really good right there. Everything's set. So let's go ahead and get the preseason started.
Your season starts now.
And the season starts now, like the thing just said. So let's get this underway here. Loading up right now. See, I'm pretty excited about this. I do like Madden. I don't like it as much as the show, just because I think the show plays better, and I just like playing baseball better than I do football. But it kind of depends on just what sports season we're in. So let's just kind of go over some things. I'm not really going to get into too much stuff as far as like preseason goes. I don't even know if I'm going to play any of the games or not. As far as the roster goes, Joe Thomas is our best player at a 99 overall, and then it drops way down to an 86. Our tight end, Gary Barnage, and then Paul Kruger. That was Patrick Kruger. Paul Kruger, 30 years old, right outside linebacker, 86. Joe Hayden, 85 at corner. Betonio, left guard, 82. John Greco, right guard, 81. And Corey Coleman, wide receiver, 81. And then it's all below 80s then. So let's kind of look at special positions here. We got Robert Griffin III at quarterback, 72 overall. So that's, quarterback. It's kind of weak right now. Crowell and Duke Johnson Jr. are both our running backs, both 77 overall. Malcolm Johnson, fullback, 57. Wide receiver, Josh Gordon, 76. Andrew Hawkins, 73. Taylor Gabriel, 71. Terrell Pryor, Sr., 71. Wide receiver. Tight ends, after Barnage, it kind of just falls off. Left tackle, Joe Thomas, like I said. Left guard, Betonio, like I said. Cameron Irving at center, 73. Right guard, John Greco and Alvin Bailey at 75. Right tackle, Austin Pazador at a 73. Left end, Desmond Bryant at a 78, with Armonte Bryant at a 70. Right end, John Hughes III at 72, and Carl Nazib at 70. Defensive tackle, Danny Shelton at 74, and Jamie Metter at 72. Ashland College, I've never heard of Ashland College. Barkevius Mingo at left outside linebacker, 79, and Emmanuel Ogba at 76, and Nate Orchard at 72. Middle linebacker, Demario Davis, 77, Christian Kirksey at 73, Justin Tuggle at 72, and Scooby Wright III at 70. That's a pretty sweet name, I'm not gonna lie. Right outside linebacker, Paul Kruger, like I said. Corner, Joe Hayden. Tremont Williams, ex-Packer, 79. Ewan Williams, 76. And Justin Gilbert at a 72. Free safety, Raheem Moore Sr., 78. And strong safety, Ibrahim Campbell, 71. Kicker, Travis Kuhn, 73. And Andy Lee as our punter at 77. Picks, sitting with the #1 pick right now, so that's pretty solid. Practice squad's empty right now, so that's really it as far as the roster goes. Looking at a couple more things here. So obviously, as the owner, you handle all the finances and all that other stuff, but I'll kind of just leave that as of right now. Your schemes, you want to pay attention to your schemes and know your schemes, and just know your schemes. So when you sign free agents, or if you're going to sign someone, new as a free agent, hopefully you can match up their scheme with your scheme. So offense, we got West Coast here. I'm just writing this down so I remember it. In the off season, I don't have to look, or if I want to sign someone, I have it just right next to me. Attacking 3-4 or 4-3 for our defense. Like I said, Hugh Jackson is our head coach, so hopefully he'll have some good success. We just hired him, actually, or the Browns did. I'm not a Browns fan. As far as the finances, let's take a look at our stadium actually really quick. We have First Energy Stadium. I've actually been there. It seems pretty nice. 17 years old, rating at a 27, happiness fair, size 3. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. All the ratings are pretty solid besides the fan zone at a 40. Levels are decent. As far as the finances go, I'll explain how I kind of do my finances, just to, keep all the fans happy. You really just have to look at the feedback and how it says good fan feedback, good value right there for upper level tickets. And then on the right hand side where it has like all the mentions, pay attention to those two. I mean, those are just straight feedback from the fans. They'll tell you basically what to make the prices. So really I just take everything down to start off the season a couple notches, just to kind of get everyone happy. And we're not a great team right now, so obviously things are going to be kind of cheap, and not making people pay a bunch of money to come watch the Browns, who are just not doing well really at all for the past couple years. So that's really how I do my finances. Just try and make all the values good, so you know everyone stays happy and he still makes some money. You just kind of have to be smart. I mean, what I mean by that, I mean, we're the Cleveland Browns, right? So the Cleveland Browns, you know, if you make tickets to a game really expensive, people just aren't going to show up to your games because you're the Cleveland Browns. And if you guys are just not a good team at all, no one's going to pay extra money to come watch your games. But if you're like the Patriots or the Packers, you can make your tickets really expensive because, of course, people are going to come watch the Packers or the Patriots. And you just get more money because you made them more expensive. Just pay attention to that. It's not a huge thing, but you do want to pay attention to that. So right now we have our first media question, so let's take a look at it. So you headed up a group of investors to potentially buy a franchise, and now you have one. Why did you want to be an owner so bad? So really answers, I mean, you can really pick what you want. I don't know any like the cheats to like make sure you get the most positive, you know, attributes boosted or whatever. It's really just pick the one that sounds the best to you. I guess I'm just gonna go with the middle one. I mean, the last one seems kind of cocky a little bit, and then the fans, the top one is just a little bit too sappy. So I'm just gonna go with the middle one. So the team popularity per winning season is boosted 10%, and per losing season, it's dropped down -15 or dropped down by 15%. So that might be kind of rough for us in this first couple years of this franchise. So hopefully we can not make it like that. So the cool things about Madden 17 as far as this new game goes, you have start weekly training here, and you can do this for every single week. And I'm not really gonna go through all these things, but you can like make specific game plans for each team you're about to play, and you know, work on it in practice. So if the Packers do a lot of short passes, you can prepare for a lot of short passes. And if their game plan, if they have a lot of man coverage defense, you can prepare for man coverage defenses. You can pick and choose who you guys really want to focus on during the week, and you know, get them more points, which is kind of cool as well. You also have the free practice option, but then when you have it all ready to go, you just click on the start training button. And I always just sim it. I don't really want to play it, and then you just click start training, and then it will go ahead and sim it for you. And then after it, it'll show you all the players that got XP on offense and then on defense, and it's really, I think it's almost everyone, and then it will show you, you know, your focus players and how much how many XP points they got. So as you see here, we have a normal development, and then a quick development. So there is also a superstar development where they get 300 points, and then there's also a slow development where they get 50 points. So just pay attention to that. Like if you have a young superstar, I know Todd Gurley on the Rams have a superstar development rating, so he would gather up a bunch of points per week. So just pay attention to that. Like if you really want to develop someone and they're a superstar development rating, you can develop them really fast if you just keep making them your focus player every single week. If they have a slow development rating, it will kind of take a while to, you know, get them a lot of points compared to a guy like Corey Coleman who'll get 200 a week. So that's kind of a cool new thing that they have too. They still have all their cut players options. Improved team option is really just the trade block and free agents. And then you have your depth chart and all that stuff over here. I'm not really going to get into it a bunch. I think that's really everything is taken care of for this first video. I was really just kind of going to go over the team and talk about all that stuff. I mean, it's the Browns. We've been kind of brutal for a while now, as you see. Our preseason standings, I think that shows how the standings ended up last year in the AFC North, and we were dead last, which obviously, you know, I think the Browns have been dead last for the past couple years, so hopefully we can get that improved and kind of get on the right ship here and ride it and turn into a good team, which is what I'm going to try and do here with the Browns. So So that's really it. It's just the opening introduction video. I don't think I'm really going to play any games in the preseason, so the next episode might be in the regular season. If I sign anyone, I'll talk about it in the regular season. So that's really it. It did kind of cut me off, so sorry, but so yeah, I don't know if I'm really going to play any of the preseason games, so the next episode might be right in week 1 of the regular season when it starts, and if I sign anyone or any of that, I'll definitely let you guys know why I signed them and their schemes and how they matched up with our schemes, and then you guys will see the game 1 of the regular season of the 2016 season. So I'll see you guys then.